Hi, George here with JustOneDram.com, here not only for another Whiskey Wednesday, but for the first episode of our Drink Around New York series. Going to kick this series off in the most righteous of ways with the most righteous bourbon from the Catskill Distilling Company in Bethel, New York. And what can I say? It's a good looking half bottle here. Definitely stands out on the shelf. I really like the font they use on the bottle right there, if you can see that. Anyway, let's hop right into it. Gotta pour a little light as I have borrowed this bottle from a friend. Be rude of me to bring it back a little too close to empty. Anyway, most righteous bourbon is 85 proof. The mash bill is 70% corn, 20% rye, and 10% barley. Give that a nice swirl around, take full advantage of the shape of the Glencairn glass. By swirling, a spirit or wine in a glass, you coat the edges of the glass with a very thin layer of the spirit, and as it that causes more surface area contact with the air, causing quicker evaporation. And given the shape of the Glencairn glass, the evaporating spirit is all concentrated to one point over the greater surface area. It's pulled in, and that amplifies the scent because the scent that you get is partially evaporating alcohol. And now you know. Speaking of the scent, the nose getting caramel corn, cinnamon, hint of nutmeg, honey, raisins, dates, toffee, vanilla. There's a distinctly rye-driven spice in there from that 20% rye. 20% rye may not be the biggest number, but the balance or the influence of the rye is definitely prevalent, and I like that quite a bit. Great on the nose, enjoy it a lot. On the palate, spicy, there's a lot of honey, vanilla, butterscotch, more of the dried fruits like dates and raisins. There's an interesting feeling of a clean spring water. When I say this, I know I've said it before in another review, it doesn't mean it tastes watery or watered down. It just tastes clean, which means the water they use for proofing, if you didn't know, when a spirit is made to get it to the proof that it's in the bottle, water is added, and that's how you get things down to a proof. Like, for instance, with vodka. Well, there's no need for actual specifics. Water's added to bring the proof down to the bottled number. Now you know. Anyway, just means that the water used is very good, clean water, and it's not bringing in outside influences that you wouldn't want, like a minerality or chemical feeling to it. Very clean water, not messing around with the other flavors. What I like about this is it definitely tastes every bit bourbon, but because of the rye influence, it kind of feels like a rye without straying too far away from that bourbon feel. I like that quite a bit. The finish on this, it really lingers. It's a nice alcohol tingle. It's toasty. There's caramel, vanilla, lightly spicy still from that rye in here. And something I've noticed, because I spent a little time to get to know this bottle before I turned the camera on. After a while, you get this taste of walnuts and honey after you finish drinking. If you don't have anything else to eat or drink immediately after, let it sit and linger. Walnuts and faint honey. The nuttiness is something I don't notice as much in the nose and the palate until I get to that finish. If you get to that point and you go back and re-nose and re-taste the spirit after it's opened up a little bit, I've gotten some of the nuttiness in there then. But definitely distinct walnut, really oily nuts. Anyway, the Most Righteous of Bourbons earns a Most Righteous score, giving it a solid 89. Awesome bottle of whiskey. Highly recommend it. If you see it on a shelf, definitely worth checking it out. If you're anywhere near Bethel, New York, definitely worth swinging by and checking out the facility. With that, I must say, if you like the video, make sure you subscribe, hit like, leave a comment below saying what you thought of the review, what you think of this whiskey, what you'd like to see in the future. Of course, Facebook, Twitter, justonedram.com, or up here, wherever I put the watermark. I forgot. That's not good. Top right corner there, so it's right here. Anyway, happy Whiskey Wednesday and enjoy drinking around New York with it. Have a great rest of the day. Cheers.